I was trying to think of a great way to open this speech, and after watching hundreds of videos titled Best Graduation Speech Ever, I gave up. But luckily I came across a few interesting tweets by Kanye West. So in the words of the great Easy himself, homie, this is my dissertation. Welcome to graduation. Good morning, and in this case, good afternoon. We are all just moments away from obtaining that sheet of paper that has been promised to us for the past 13 years. And although there have been moments where I've wondered if we all make it, we did. And for that, congratulations. Now I know that despite sharing a building for the past 4 years, some of you might still not know who I am. So I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Nevin George, and we went to high school together. And if you want to know me a little bit better, you can always add me on Snapchat. But in the midst of all this excitement of graduation, I would be remiss if I were not to remember the loss of two of our fellow kinds, Gabe Attal and Regina Andrews. But although they may not be here physically, they are still very much with us here in spirit and in the memories forged during their time at Heritage. I would like to start off by thanking everyone who helped me reach this far. First and foremost, God, for blessing me with so many things that I often take for granted. My dad for always pushing me to be better every single day and for supporting all of my efforts. My mom for teaching me that sometimes, oftentimes, relationships are more important than schoolwork. And my brother for always keeping me on my toes with his witty retorts. I'd also like to thank my grandparents who came from India just to be here today, my grandparents who couldn't make it here today due to health reasons, and all my relatives for their continued support. I also want to thank all the Heritage faculty and staff for their remarkable job at integrating us as a group and for teaching us not just what to think, but also how to think. I want to take a moment to appreciate all my fans for keeping it cool when things got hot. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you, class of 2018, for all the memorable moments that we've had together. From the moment where I was asked by a friend if the dot on my forehead was religious or traditional, to which I responded, neither, facial action. To the daily car rides because I'm too lazy to get a license, to helping me write this speech. Thank you. And since we are so close to leaving the school, I felt it necessary to give a brief recap of the last 4 years. Now, encapsulating the Heritage experience is no easy task. But if you went these 4 years without once questioning your sanity, you're lying to yourself. And that started from our very first year here. Now, I think we can all agree that we were lost freshman year. Completely new atmosphere, new people, new social order. But no one was quite so lost as one of my Indian friends who misplaced India on the South Asia map. Oh man. But to be fair, he was a freshman and you're allowed to do dumb things as a freshman. Now I won't go into sophomore year since it's about as interesting as the NBA playoffs. Like we already know that Golden State's gonna sweep. So after sophomore year comes junior year, and I think Charles Dickens summed this up best. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Definitely a lot closer to that worst category because we began to understand the beast that was high school, but we were still burdened by standardized testing and extracurriculars. And finally came senior year, by far the most memorable of all 4 years. As the soap dispensers in the boys' restroom went missing one by one, counting down the remaining weeks left in high school, we began to understand more about ourselves. For instance, I realized that I have a knack for soccer since I'm just so good at breaking ankles. Ask Cordell Chang, who was in crutches for like 6 months. Sorry about that, Cordell. This was also the year that I discovered that when it came to building cardboard boats in physics, I put the fun in fundamentally incapable. And in addition to learning about ourselves, we began to comprehend the environment we were in and how best to adapt to it. We learned to hone our procrastination skills, turning all of our government and economics notes the day the 6 weeks grades were due. We realized that the best class time is the time spent not in it, and that the red and yellow smoothie combination was a total game changer in the snack line. And now we have come to a point in our lives where we must look back and reminisce at the memories that we have made, and look forward to the future that lies before us. Now comes a time where many of us will part our ways. We came into Heritage wide-eyed, both nervous and excited for what was to come. And over the last 4 years, our class has amassed numerous accolades, tokens of our success. But we leave with nothing more than the remnants of those awards, the education that we have received, and the relationships that we have made. Many of us have looked at this date with ambivalence, excitement for this initiation into a new step of our lives, and with a little bit of sorrow for the part of us that doesn't want things to change. But rather than being upset for the changes that are to come, we should be glad that we were able to share the last 4 years with those here this afternoon. And as for the future, according to the words of comedian, movie actor, and singer Childish Gambino, being happy is the goal, but greatness is my mission. When those around you focus on their short-lived victories, I challenge you to focus on fulfilling that greater mission to be the greatest. A 10-year-old boy named Ash Ketchum from Pokemon once told us all, "I want to be the very best, like no one ever was." So whatever pursuit you may choose for yourself, strive to be the best. Do today what you feared yesterday, and do tomorrow what you couldn't conceive of today. Today I urge you to try novel ideas and not be afraid of failure. In the system that we have been a part of for the last 13 years, failure has been the direct antithesis of success. It stipulated that those who failed were those who didn't work hard. But in reality, this is the exact opposite of the truth. Those who fail are those who work hard. Ask an apathetic person how many times he has failed. Ask a successful person the very same thing. In order to achieve anything worthwhile, you must set your bar high, be prepared for failure, and expect to work hard. But in the pursuit of your mission, don't forget to smile, to enjoy the world around you, and to cherish the bonds that we form. Because although greatness is the mission, happiness is still the goal. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, class of 2018. Introduce our valedictorian, Beenish Valyani, daughter of Alamin and Dinar Valyani. Beenish will be attending Brown University, where she will be studying math and computer science.